Madison. Madison is a 10-year-old child abuse victim that we're seeing at the center. And what this body is, what we do with this body is, I talked to you about the garbage that kids share. The abuse is ugly. And not only does it affect them emotionally, but it affects them physically. Kids have to do something with that trauma. And if we don't give them the tools to do something productive with it and something healthy with it, they find a really unhealthy way to manage it. So for Madison, one of the things that we do is we early on teach them to recognize in their body where they're carrying their trauma, where they're carrying their tension. You and I recognize sometimes we get a stress headache and we know, oh, I must be overstressed, I have a headache. Or if you have to do a big presentation, you might get butterflies in your stomach. Well, kids have those same symptoms, but they don't know what they're called and they don't know what they're from. So one of the things that we do in treatment is to teach them what they're experiencing in their body. And this is something that we use, it's a dry erase, and we have 2 of these, different skin tones so that kids can choose the body that most matches them. And they map out on here 2 things for us. One thing is where they're carrying their tension and their trauma in their body, and 2, where they've experienced a hurt on their body. And you can see for Madison, you'll notice that her hands, that they're scribbled in, and what that is that she's a hand clencher. So she recognizes when she feels stressed that she tightens up her hand. So one of the things that we might do with her is teach her progressive muscle relaxation so that she can let go of some of that. She's got this queasy stomach here with snakes in it. This is showing us that she gets jittery in her stomach and doesn't have a word to describe it. Down here is a bowl of spaghetti. It makes her legs feel kind of wobbly and noodly when she's
I know how she feels.
nervous. She drew on here, she drew an X on the mouth. She took we have these little decals, and she put an X. And that's because when she suffered her abuse, she felt like she couldn't tell anybody about what had happened to her. Her abuse left her confused. That's why she has the question mark up here. You can see she made a heart and she put a Band-Aid on it because she's saying that the abuse not only hurt her genitals because she was sexually assaulted, but it also hurt her heart. So from here, we've identified for her where, or she's done it for us, where in her body she feels it. So the next step for this is teaching her ways to overcome this so that in the end, she's not still carrying all of this yuckiness in her. And so we do that in a variety of ways, and we use all the funding that you guys are able to raise to help a little one like Madison not have this nastiness in her body and in her head. And it makes them much healthier and happier kids. Without you guys, Madison would not get treatment. We don't charge children or families anything for their treatment at the center. She drives all the way up from Shenandoah to get this service. She would not be getting it otherwise. And part of our funds, we're able to help them. Mom drive her all the way up here from Shenandoah. She wouldn't be getting it. So she is this close to graduating, which for us is a huge celebration for a kid when they get to that point, and that means that they're releasing it. So know that you guys have helped her get there, and she'll probably be graduating this month. And I'll send out an email to Nadine, and she usually shares it. If you see a picture of a balloon flying away in front of the United Way building, that will be Madison's trauma story that she's letting go of. So if you see it, like it.
Please do. Thanks, Callie.
Thank you.